This huge crowd looking on as Joe Amato gets set to defend his U.S. Nationals title, but never before has he been challenged so seriously. By that I mean he has never faced a driver who has predicted his car will run in the fours. Moments ago, Steve had a chance to take a look at Gene Snow's new car.
For the past few months, Gene Snow and his crew have been keeping a list on the trailer wall of new features for next year's race car. For one thing, they no longer run a transmission, so why not move the engine back about 6 inches closer to the rear tires for better traction? And maybe tilt it down about, a half a degree or so. But they're afraid if they did that in a car of the same length, 275 inches, it would wheel stand. So they figured next year's car will go right to the limit of the rules, 300 inches in wheelbase. And their car was a little bit heavy. They said next year we'll go to magnesium body panels and magnesium bolts and get right down to that 1,900 pounds with Gene on board. And finally they said, wait a minute, why wait till next year? They called Texas chassis builder Gene Gaddy. They said, Gene, can you have a car ready for Indy? He said, you sure you want a new car at Indy? They said, yeah. He said, I'll have one. Well, it came in here unpainted. They take it to a paint shop every night, and the paint scheme keeps changing day by day as it's completed. A lot of people laughed, and they said, only the snowman would bring a brand new car to the biggest drag race of them all. They're not laughing anymore. The quickest car in the history of NHRA drag racing.
5 seconds flat, the best time thus far for Snow.
But the big question is, can he run that 4? He says he can, Dave.
But, Don, we shouldn't forget about this man, Joe Amato. He's run 5:07. His car is a little bit shorter than Gene's, but it also uses the high gear only direct drive system. What a race this is going to be. And Amato up in smoke, still brakes. Amato is back on the throttle, and Amato powers his way to a second consecutive U.S. Nationals title. What an incredible climax to the excitement of championship drag racing as a tire-smoking Joe Amato puts away a broken Gene Snow. Don, just another example of never knowing what's going to happen.
Well, that's what we're faced with, Dave. The cars have got so much power. It's a fine line between smoking the tires, not smoking the tires, or breaking those drive line parts. I mean, you run 5 seconds flat, you're really putting the pressure on every little piece that delivers that power to the rear wheels. Very quick thinking for Joe Amato. He saw the problem and took advantage of it.
Here's Steve with the final survivor of this 5-day battle.
To win this race just one time is something. To win it back-to-back, as Joe Amato has done, well, that's really special. Joe, congratulations.
I'm not proud how I won, Steve, but I guess whoever goes across the finish line wins.
Well, that was tenacity.
I mean, the car left, it did a wheel stand, and it smoked the tires, I think, and then it came down, and then I pedaled it once, and then I saw Snow had trouble. So then I got on it again, and it started fishtail, and it was like going all around. Then he didn't come, and so I pedaled it a couple times. It was like I was on ice, you know. But my crew did an outstanding job, you know, Tim Richards and all the guys. I mean, the Keystone key parts, that one's for you guys.
Joe Amato, U.S. Nationals champion twice in a row.